pen friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Devin. In today's video, I wanted to share with you 3 fountain pen inks that I think you should try, aka my top 3 favorite fountain pen inks at the moment. And before we get into it, I will have all of the inks linked off in the description box below so you can take a closer look. The first ink is from Erban, and I am not gonna butcher this one, so I will just put it here on the screen. It's one that I most recently started using and have been loving. The name of the ink actually means tropical coral. I feel like that's quite an appropriate name to give this ink because it is a beautiful bright coral. It's not so bright that it becomes illegible, but it's just bright enough to make it stand out and pop. This ink is from this line. I'll put it on the screen because I don't want to butcher it, and that translates to the jewel of inks. So I feel like because it is jewel inspired, the jewel tone helps the ink from being too bright. I feel like this ink is extremely well behaved. It's pH neutral and non-toxic. It's also a water-based ink made with all natural dyes. I feel like for those reasons, it makes a really great ink, especially for beginners. As a beginner, you're trying to mitigate the amount of friction in your experience, so you may not necessarily want to jump to inks with special properties right away. You want to have an easy, simple cleaning experience with your fountain pen, and I feel like this ink fits the bill. This next ink is probably not a surprise to those of you who have been watching my fountain pen related videos on this channel. It is Noodler's Black Swan in Australian Roses. This is an amazing ink to try, and just in general, Noodler's inks are known for their affordability as well as great performance. I think if you're trying to get a lot of value out of your inks, then Noodler's inks are the way to go. Noodler's inks are made in the USA and they're handcrafted, so each bottle of ink may vary a little bit in color, so you do want to keep that in mind. But Noodler's Black Swan in Australian Roses is a gorgeous burgundy with these black undertones, and it makes for an amazing shading experience. And I'm someone who really enjoys using extra fine and fine nibbed fountain pens, and even then I get to partake in the joy of its shading. I didn't know this before, but the Noodler's Black Swan in Australian Roses ink is partially bulletproof / water resistant. It is also forgery resistant, so it's resistant to like the alcohols and solvents that forgers and check washers use. If you do decide to pick up a bottle of Noodler's ink, just fair warning, and this was something that was kindly reminded to us in a previous video by one of our pen friends, that these bottles are filled to the brim, so be sure to have some washcloths and rags ready and just be in a space where you're prepared. You're prepared for some spillage. I'm wondering if any of you guys can guess my 3rd fountain pen ink that I want to share with you. Pause this video and let me know in the comments below what your guess is, and then you can go back to watching the video. Last but certainly not least is the Troublemaker Inks Milky Ocean. My goodness, is this a gorgeous ink, and I want to say up front that I'm sorry. I'm sorry for talking about it because at the moment it's not in stock. I'm not really sure what's going on right now with the company. It is run by 2 young Filipino boys, and I'm sure they have other things that they need to take care of in their life, but hopefully they'll reopen soon because I definitely want to order more inks from them, and I think you guys should definitely check them out too once they open up shop again. The Troublemaker Inks Milky Ocean is a spectacular pastel milky blue with soft tones of lavender, and it just comes out in this beautiful like milky mixture, I guess is the best way to explain it. They really hit it on the nose with Milky Ocean as the ink's name. Another unique thing about Troublemaker inks is that you can customize the wetness. So if you know that a particular pen of yours tends to write dry or tends to write really wet, you can adjust your order to better fit the pen that you plan to order that ink for. Again, at the time that I'm filming this, they are not currently taking orders, which is a huge bummer, but I did read on the Mountain of Inks blog that The Sailor Ink Studio 243 closely resembles Milky Ocean, so if you still want to get that nice pastel blue lavender feel, you may be able to achieve that with the Sailor Studio ink. I would love to hear from you. What are your top 3 fountain pen inks that you think everyone must try? Let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and feel free to share it with a pen friend who you think might also enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe and to turn on those notifications, that way you don't miss any of our videos. I do my best to upload here every Wednesday at 8 a.m. PST, so please take care until then. Feel free to enjoy these 2 videos linked here on the screen. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!